All right, folks, we have Steve Warner here with us, and I'm so excited to do this, story with you, Steve, because this is specifically around rapid transformation therapy, and we had such a great session, so much that you decided to invest and become a rapid transformation therapist yourself. So I really wanted to bring you on so people could understand why you thought it was so valuable and things like that. So first, can you explain what was the frustration and challenge that you had before reaching out and wanting to do an RTT with me?
Sure. It was hard to pinpoint exactly what it was. We all have mental blocks, right? That hold us back. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. I don't care how big you are. You're going to you bump up against things, right?
Yep.
And I've been in business for 7.5 years, going on 8 years. When I got started and through my journey, I would hit these blocks, right? And how do you overcome them? I did affirmations. I did daily journaling. I went for a lot of runs. I muscled my way through them, I guess would be the best way. So hypnotherapy has interested me for a while. I did NLP training. I did a lot of Tony Robbins stuff. I've been in the personal development space, even though that has nothing to do with what I personally teach people.
Yeah.
So I was kind of familiar with it. And when we met and we started talking, you kind of walked me through what it was. And traditional therapy, while I think it has a place and it definitely helps some people, it's a very long road, right?
Yes.
My sister is a therapist. She has her master's. She's working on her doctorate. She tells clients coming in, you're going to see me for 4 to 10 years. And we're entrepreneurs. We do things quick.
Yeah.
And while I think talking through stuff is always good, I don't think that was the answer. So when we started talking anyway, you immediately said it takes 1 to 3 sessions, most people 1 session. And what we do is we look for where your mental blocks are around these specific things. And you sent me, when I signed up for the session, you said you'll sign up. There will be a few questions. You answer those questions. We'll have a short talk. We'll make sure that we build our session around solving the issues that you really need help with. So that's what happened. Those questions brought up, basically, I was looking to launch a mastermind, which is something that is new to my business. And it's something, putting myself out in front. I am an attractive character. That would be the wordy entrepreneur term for it. I'm the charismatic leader. I do have a following, but I also get kind of squeamish if I get too loud, right? Putting myself out front was definitely something that made me nervous. Isn't even the right term. It made me feel like I was doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And our session specifically dealt with some of those things where in my past I've been told to be quiet, or that being loud wasn't the right thing. And I'm not a loud, in your face kind of guy at all. But it got me from being an extreme over here to being where I feel much more comfortable, and have been able to put myself out in front a lot more.
Sure. And we did, and it was interesting because a lot of it was going back to your childhood, and it was stuff that you might not have even connected with. Right. In traditional therapy, you might not have connected with how that actually connects to this specific challenge you were going through.
Right. It all goes back to childhood sooner or later, if you want to take a Freudian sense, right?
Exactly.
But whether you buy into all that or not, their developmental things happen anywhere from childbirth to, I don't know, 15, 20, 25 years old. How many of us still have conversations with people from 15 years ago? Something triggers a memory and we end up having that conversation in our head, or we relive some event. That's all it was. But the session that we did, I don't really remember how long it was. I think it was maybe an hour and a half at the most. We went through several places where that tied together. And then the bonus, at the end of it, so we walk through it. You help me through it there so that I see it. And then you built a custom meditation.
Yeah,
Custom
recording. I call it the
track.
transformation. Yeah.
Yeah. That I ended up listening to, I don't know, for about 2 months. I still listen to it.
Yeah.
But it was very good because repetition is the mother of all success. It drills it into your subconscious and it gets the other stuff out of the way, which is really what you're looking to do. And it ended up being great. So I had a really good session. You asked, I ended up after our session, I said, if I wanted to learn something, because in my coaching business, I help people grow their business, specifically through being on stages or doing one-to-many sales, webinars, workshops, things like that. Something that I run into a lot is people have mental blocks, usually around money and success.
Yes.
I don't think I have those necessarily. Mine was much more about just being out in front. Fear of not even like judgment, fear of loss of friends or loss of privacy or loss of freedom, really.
Yeah.
But that's, anyway, in my own business, the reason that I chose to invest in the RTT program, after our session, I saw how powerful it was, and I see it as a tool that I can offer people when they bump up against something. And any one of my coaching clients now, I can go to and I can say, hey, look, this isn't something I normally do, but this is something that I'm certified in. I'll be able to help you. I think it would be really powerful, and it moves them forward, which at the end of the day is what it's about.
The whole reason I got into this. I just wanted to make sure that when I help people get unstuck when they were stuck, understand the situation better, and ultimately get better results that they can keep. Right. That's the number one thing I think when it comes to anything, especially in my world, when, people get health results and then they go back to where they came from. It's frustrating, but this can be used for so many things, for money blocks, for, all of this different stuff. So it's just, it's wonderful how much it helped you. And it was quick, right? One session, pretty straightforward, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So that's I think that for a lot of people, we just don't have all of this time to dedicate to that long journey when we can get it done a lot quicker. And that's not the case with everything, but it's pretty powerful stuff. So I appreciate this so much. Is that if there's any thing that you were sharing with somebody, if they were on the edge about doing some RTT, because I know some people have some background thoughts of what that might look like. Is there any piece of advice that you would give them?
I think the people that I've talked about hypnosis, people think that it's somehow going to mess with their internal wiring and cause a problem, or that you're going to make them do something that they don't really want to do. They fear that they're losing control. That's really what I think it comes down to. And you are 100% in control when you're under hypnosis. All it is being really relaxed and being open to suggestions, but the suggestions have to be something that you want anyway. There is no reason, you have absolutely nothing to be scared of. It's painless. It's easy. You're not going to go through and relive any horrible traumatic experiences. The way that hypnosis has you view it from outside so that it takes all the pain out of it, which is, people that don't understand it, I think when I have a little conversation with them around what it is, it's 3 to 4 hours of your life that will give you an exponential growth curve for the rest of your life in any area that you want. You have absolutely nothing to be scared of. It's one of the best experiences that you could treat yourself to. And I think the other thing, on a side note, right? If you do personal development, if you look at a Tony Robbins course, or if you look at any of that, right? It's work. You have to sit down and do the work. And you will get a benefit. You will get benefit from it. Absolutely. With this, there's very little work. You show up, answer some questions, do the session, and then you need to set aside 30 minutes a day to listen to a recording. That is equal to a power nap. There's very little work involved to get amazing results, which is at the end of the day what we're all about. So as a tool, it's almost like having a cheat code, and you should absolutely take advantage of it.
I love the way that you explain it. It is. It's the cheat code. It's, you know, it's getting into a deeper level, a different brainwave state. And this is fantastic. I so appreciate you sharing your story. This is so valuable, and I'm sure a lot of people will be able to see themselves in this. So thank you so much, Steve. You're awesome.
No problem. My pleasure, man.